Hello and welcome back to David's Closet. As you'll notice, we are in a new location. And this is my bedroom. And this is a corner I have set up. I have a nice chair. You can't really see the chair, but I have a nice wingback chair, my window, my favorite lamp, and then my purse tower is right over here, right off the camera. And then my purse stand where I put my bag of the week is right over here. So, since my cat occupies the lower level of my house, and that's where our main living room is, I'm trying to experiment with new places to do my videos so my husband doesn't have to vacate the basement room to let me film. This way I can film up here while he's downstairs playing with the cat, playing video games, all those fun things. So we're gonna try this out. So first things first, we're gonna do bag of the week. And the bag of the week is my Louis Vuitton Salia PM. Love her. We already know the story though. She's the best. So there's that. Okay, so I have my computer here and you'll see me looking down because obviously I'm reading the questions of the video we're about to watch. And this is a tag video. I was tagged by TOTES Gene. He was tagged by another couple of YouTubers that are also really fun to watch. So go watch them. I'll tag their videos and his below. He also tagged a bunch of other people. So go check his video out. Watch the people who made it in addition to myself. And basically it's a video about getting to know the person behind the camera, right? So I'm gonna jump right into it because I don't have a lot of time to film this today. Sorry about the costume change. The shirt I was wearing had my company logo on it, and so I can't wear that. So there'll be a little bar the entire time for the intro of this video. Anyway, it's getting to know your YouTubers and all of this stuff. So it's a couple of questions that have been asked that we answer. Gene's video is really fun. I actually learned a lot about him. I've texted him a few times. We've had some conversations, kind of becoming friends over our mutual love of handbags. But I realized there's a lot I don't know about him. So hopefully you learned something new about me today. And then I'm going to tag some YouTubers I watch. I don't know if they watch me or not. I hope they do. And if they do, I hope they do this tag. So let's get to it. So number one, which designer/house made the greatest impact on my fashion choices and purchases? And my answer to that is actually Coach. And I know people are going to argue Coach is not a luxury brand. Don't care. I think it is. To me, it's probably in the lower end of the high end, but their materials are just as good as most Louis Vuitton materials and Chanel materials. And I have both, so I can attest to that. But the reason that Coach really has impacted me is they were one of the first brands to truly have options for men who want bags. And by that I mean, a lot of the other designers had a few messenger bags. Coach was constantly releasing new messenger bags, new men's accessories, all sorts of things. And they were kind of those items, and I know Gene mentioned this in a couple of his videos, that he's slowly getting into the female side of the handbag world. And Coach was kind of a way for me to dabble into that without committing to that. So back when I wasn't comfortable enough to carry a legitimate purse or, a long wallet, Coach really had a lot of really good options for men that were marketed for men. So I didn't feel out of place going into the outlet store and going to the men's section and looking at the messenger bags. I didn't feel uncomfortable going to the men's side and looking at the men's long wallets. Things like that, in addition to pouches, all sorts of things. And there's even more now. I don't usually buy from that side of the store anymore, but there's so much to choose from. And for me, that was really impactful to have those options. The next is, when I get dressed for the day or for an event, what do I think about? And is there a message that I'm trying to convey? The first thing I think about when I get dressed, either in the morning or for an event, is it comfortable? I dress for comfort. I don't spend a lot of money on clothing. I spend money on handbags, right? So for me, it's, am I comfortable? And then the next thing I think about is, new setup, guys, sorry. The next thing I think about is what I'm wearing fitting to my body type so I don't feel uncomfortable in the way I look? And by that, I mean, I'm not a small person. I'm tall, I'm round, I'm plump. It is what it is. I have to work with that, right? So for me, that's actually number one, probably. Those are both side by side. I just want to look good. And the same goes when I dress up for an event. If it's an event where I wear a suit looks good on any man of any shape or size as long as it's a properly fitted suit. So I usually will just wear a suit when I can. If not, I've purchased clothing that fits me as good as I can get it. I'm very tall, so sometimes it's hard to have clothing not look like a hospital gown on me, but then also have it fit around me where my stomach doesn't stick out and looks like I have a big beer belly. So those are kind of where I go, and I try to relay confidence. I think confidence is very important. Confidence is sexy, right? So that's what I would try to convey with any outfit, either just for a daily going to work, going to the grocery store, or going to a ball or a gala. Number 3, what creatively turns me on? I thought about this a lot, and I liked Gene's answer. He said that music creatively turns him on. And I am going to say, for me, it's nature. And I love visiting beaches, mountains, deserts, rivers, forests, rainforests. Botanical gardens are one of my favorite things to do. Anywhere we go, we try to find a botanical garden. To me, that is just so inspiring, and it really kind of sparks my creativity. I do not have a green thumb by any means, so as far as like the gardens go, I know I could never do that. I have to pay someone to keep my grass alive. But that really, really does inspire me. And, I love to travel also. So some of the other places like the mountains, the beaches, there's just something about it. I'm a whole different person in each of those environments. And I would say that definitely inspires me. If I ever decided to write the book that I always say I want to write, I would probably go sit in a cabin in a mountain somewhere and just write. I think that would be so inspiring. Number 4 is what creatively turns you off? I would say negativity. And I know some people who know me who are watching this might laugh because I am very cynical sometimes in my own self, and I know that. I'm definitely a Miranda when it comes to what Sex and the City character are you? And she is the cynical one of the group, right? And that's definitely me in my life. However, there's a difference in my opinion from being a little bit cynical about things and just kind of real versus just being downright negative. So negativity just doesn't work for me. People who complain about things at work all the time, people who can complain about things, in groups and organizations that you're a part of, it's not good for my juju. So I don't like it. Number 5, how do you celebrate a big achievement in your life? And the stock answer for me is I like to celebrate with my family, be that my cat, my husband, my parents, my siblings, my nieces, my extended family, my in-laws, depending on the achievement, because I like to celebrate all achievements, small and big. There's usually a dinner involved. That's something I love to do. Let's go out and let's celebrate this, minor achievement. Let's go to a nice dinner. Let's do something fun. Let's go to a festival. Let's go to a movie. And then, of course, if it's something huge, like, selling a property or, a promotion at my full-time job, a new full-time job, those are times where I'll treat myself to a handbag or a new car, things of that nature. So I think celebrating is important, and there's just a wide variety of ways in which one can celebrate. I also want to say, I'm going to go through these kind of fast. I think I said that in the beginning of the video. I just don't have a ton of time to film. I have some house showings here soon, so I'm trying to get this done. So if you have any questions about any of these, leave them in the comments and I will respond and let you know. So number 6, who or what inspires you in your everyday life? It's my family, my husband, my cat, my friends, my colleagues, my clients. They inspire me. I'm inspired by everything. I'm also inspired by fall weather. Fall's my favorite time of year. 7, what traits or attributes attract you to other people? Number 1 is confidence. Number 2 is a sense of humor. Number 3 is a drive and passion to succeed and grow as an individual. And the dedication and kindness. I know that's probably pretty generic and vague, but that's it. If you're not confident, you don't have a sense of humor, you don't have passion, drive, and you're not kind, that doesn't that doesn't attract me to you. But those things really, really are very attractive. You know, it's kind of a joke, you know, nothing's more sexy than confidence, and it's true. So number 8 is, what traits or attributes turn you off about people? Negativity, as I kind of said earlier, arrogance, the inability to adapt and change, the inability to recognize others' feelings and needs over your own. Basically, selfishness. Don't like it, not sexy, not at all. Now, with that being said, my husband's watching this and he's probably thinking, David, everyone has moments where they may come off a little self-centered. There might be a few things that you're a little selfish on, but there's a difference between having one little part of something where you may be a little bit selfish and then the whole picture. And, you know, I always try to focus on the overall picture, be that, you know, my family's needs, you know, my friends' needs, you know, the needs of the group, whatever that may be. Yes, there are times where there's things that I want for myself that maybe don't benefit those people. And like buying handbags doesn't benefit my husband. I have to be a little selfish about that, right? But overall, if you're that, no, get out of here, fool. I also can say people who are just inconsiderate, this is rude. Don't do it. Number 9, 5 adjectives that describe me. So again, my husband's going to look at this and say, caring, dedicated, funny, strong, and passionate. So I'm going to kind of break those down a little bit. Caring, I really do care about other people. I care about their feelings. I care about their needs, their wants, their desires. Be that my personal life, be that a stranger on the street, or my clients as a real estate agent, because it's very important. I genuinely have to care about my clients in order to have their best interest at heart and help them get to the goal line, right? If I don't have their best interest at heart and I don't care, then buy the first house we look at and let's move on. But that's not how life is, right? For me, that would be great because I would cash a check sooner, but that's not caring about my clients. So as far as being dedicated, same thing. I'm dedicated to my family. My cat, I know people laugh, but she's my child. I love her more than anything. My husband, my family, my home, the things we own, you know, our cars, my home. I'm dedicated to those. I keep them clean. I take care of them. I take care of my husband. I take care of my cat. The rest of my family I try to take care of. I'm dedicated to that. I'm also dedicated to my job. My full-time job, I work in human resources at a large Fortune 500 company, and I am dedicated to that. When I'm there, that is my dedication. And then when I'm showing homes, I'm working with a client trying to either buy or sell property, I'm dedicated. They are my number one concern while I'm working with them. As far as funny, that's, I think I'm a hoot. Strong, I don't mean physically strong, I mean emotionally strong. That probably comes with some of my cynicism. I grew up in a very small town, went to a very small school, and needless to say, the high school days were not the funnest, and I had to be strong. I had a set group of friends, and we didn't give 2 nickels about what anyone else thought, and that, you know, is part of my character, being strong, being able to not focus on the negativity that people are putting off, right? And as far as passionate, I have passion for everything I do. Handbags, YouTube. Like right now, I'm doing this in between showings. I ran home real quick to film this because I'm passionate about getting this video out. Number 10, my favorite word. This one is hard because I can't think of a word that I necessarily love. But I do say Bible a lot from the Kardashians. When something's written, saying like, I swear to God, because I don't like saying that, Bible. And I know some people probably think that's blasphemy, and I understand that, you know, for someone who's religious, that may not be cool. But I've watched the Kardashians since day one, so it's just kind of stuck with me. So that would be my favorite word probably, but only because I think the Kardashians are hilarious and all of that. My least favorite word. Now this is more of a grammar thing, because again, these questions are weird. I don't have words that I hate. I'm not someone that doesn't like the word moist. I don't necessarily love the word Bible either. You know what I mean? Seen. S-E-E-N. It's never used correctly. I get very frustrated when I see someone say, I seen John at the grocery store. No, you did not see John at the grocery store. You saw John at the grocery store. That's all I'm saying, guys. Can't. It's my biggest pet peeve. What sound do I love? So there are two sounds that came to mind, and I know the answer asks for one, but I'm giving you two. The first one is airplane engines. There's something about being on an airplane. It's so relaxing. It's a constant humming noise. I sleep with a sound machine. I love it. Plus the excitement of going somewhere, you know, or coming home and things like that. So I associate that sound with that. But I also love the sound of my cat. She makes the cutest little noises. When she yawns, she makes this little, it's like a little chirp. And it's the absolute cutest thing. And then she sits out the window and looks at the birds and goes, I mean, I'm embarrassing myself on TV for this, but it's the cutest. Her little sounds just melt my heart. What sound do I hate? I hate any loud sound. Like loud abrasive sound. Like loud sneezes. People who yell when they sneeze. My husband does that. Drives me nuts. Loud cars on the road. There's no need for that. Dude, no. What profession other than my own would I like to attempt? So currently I work in HR. I'm also a real estate agent. Something I would like to attempt is not glamorous by any means, but I think it would be so much fun to be a luxury car dealer and be a salesman selling luxury cars. So I have a passion for cars. I don't know anything about them mechanically. I just think they're so cool and I love them. And I really, really do enjoy luxury cars. I've had a Volvo and now I have my Land Rover. I would love to sell those because with those brands, you know, BMW, Mercedes, Land Rover, Volvo, you have a smaller client pool due to the price of the vehicle. So you get to really build a relationship with those clients, I feel, kind of like with real estate. You know, not everyone's looking for a house right now. And then, of course, houses are expensive, just like some of these cars are very expensive. So I just think that'd be so much fun. You'd really get to know the product, and I don't know. I just think that'd be fun. I know it sounds silly. Most people would say doctor, you know, Kardashian, and here I want to be a Land Rover salesman, but whatever. I just think it'd be fun. What profession would I like not to attempt? I would not want to be a chef. I love cooking, but I worked in a restaurant in high school, and it's too stressful for me. Number 16, what has been one of the formative challenges you've overcome? And I've had several in my life, but I would say for me, career change. What I've done recently in the past year, I quit the mortgage business to become a real estate agent, and then I decided to take another leap because, you know, I have this bachelor's degree I don't use, so then I took a job in HR and, you know, all of that stuff. I worked in the mortgage industry for 6 years, and, you know, I was a senior person in my role, and, you know, I thought this is it, this is what I'm going to do, and doing that was really challenging, but changing careers at 29 really wasn't as bad, so, and it was a really good decision. 5 people dead or alive I'd love to have dinner with. I love Gene's answers. He's so eloquent, and I am not. And this is just, I don't know, guys. I'm embarrassed by this. So number 1, Sarah Jessica Parker. She's my god. I love her. Blake Lively. She's amazing. She's gorgeous. Leighton Meester. I love Blair, so why not, right? Get Blair and Serena together. And Khloe Kardashian. She's my favorite Kardashian. Now, I do have one on this list, and even before I completed Gene's video, I knew this one. And this is a historical figure, Marie Antoinette. I absolutely think that the history of Marie Antoinette is very interesting. Her life to me is just mind-blowing. The fact that she was thrown into all this stuff so young, forced to marry her cousin, you know, all of this stuff. And then beheaded because, you know, she was too young to maturely handle all of the things that she had to, right? So I just love her, and I do love the movie, and I don't know how historically correct the movie is, but I love the movie with Kirsten Dunst, so. 18, 2 celebrity hall passes. Keep in mind, these change often for me, and there's a lot of very attractive celebs, but currently today, if someone's asking me, I would say Charlie Puth, because his new album rocks, and he is absolutely gorgeous. And then this one, Cole Hauser, I think that's how you say it. He plays Rip from Yellowstone. Yeah. I'll leave that there. 19, 3 celebrities I'd love to have a drink with. Ryan Reynolds, he's an effing hoot, right? Reese Witherspoon, I think she'd be really fun drunk. and I love her. And then Sandra Bullock, same thing. I just think she would be an absolute riot. 20. You're on a deserted island for the next 12 months and you can only take one of the following. One book. I would take the Handmaid's Tale book because I love the show and I'm currently reading the series. A movie, The Blind Side. It's one of the best movies of all time. It's awesome. A TV series. Now this one I would struggle between picking really 3. There's 3 shows that I absolutely love. 1 is Will and Grace, 2 is Sex and the City, and 3 is Gossip Girl. My number 1 series is Sex and the City, but it's a very short series in relation to the others. So I would probably take Gossip Girl because I think it had the most content that I could stretch out over that year. And 1 album I could take. This one is kind of a hard question because I don't necessarily buy albums anymore. So my first thought was, oh, the Charlie Puth album. But no, I think I would probably take the Moulin Rouge soundtrack because it's one of my favorite movies and it's one of my favorite soundtracks. Put a list together, choosing the following. A song you play when you need to get out of your own head. And again, like the previous question, this is constantly evolving for me. But right now it's Taylor Swift's All Too Well 2-minute version. Since that came out, that song is just amazing. When I'm feeling the feels, I put it on and I'm there. A song you play when you want to gear up for a workout. And again, this changes, but right now it's Western Wind by Carly Rae Jepsen. It is by no means like a song, but I love it and it makes me want to get up and move. So, Western Wind by Carly Rae. The song that gets me on the dance floor, anything by Betty Who. I absolutely love Betty Who and her dance hits are awesome. The song that I sing at the top of my lungs in the car, again, constantly evolving. Currently it's Victoria's Secret by Jax, J-A-X. Hilarious song, great song, and I was screaming it on the way home. The song that has too many memories or strikes a lot of memories. This one is broad. I can't pick a single song. Anything from the early 2000s emo phase. I was an emo kid. I loved Panic at the Disco. I loved Fall Out Boy. I loved Rocket to the Moon. My Chemical Romance. All of them. Any of those songs. If I had to pick one right now, it would definitely be Welcome to the Black Parade by My Chemical Romance. I just have so many memories with me and my friends, 7th, 8th grade through high school. We just, even though it was a small school and it wasn't the best fit, I had the most amazing group of friends at the time, so it was a blast, and we always made fun wherever we are. And then, if heaven does exist, what would you like to hear God, or in my case Sarah Jessica Parker, say when I arrive? And I have one that I thought of before I watched Gene's video. And then I liked his answer, so I'm going to steal it. Number 1, I want to say, hello, I live here. Because I love Sarah Jessica Parker, and I love Sex and the City, and that's one of my favorite quotes from the movie. There's so many quotes from the series, which is way better than the movies. But then I also would say I would want Sarah Jessica to look at me and say, I have someone who's been waiting for you, and it would be my diva. Because the odds are she'll go before me, and I'll get to see her. So, that is my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you are doing well, and thank you so much for watching. As always, please subscribe, please. And please share my videos. Tell your friends to subscribe. And I finished paying my reserve on one of my fashion file items, so the next video might be an unboxing. Bye.